Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, welcome to another installment of the newsletter where we're going to get into a few things that I don't post on social media and things like that. And I'm going to really focus on around plant-based eating, nutrition, and answering your questions. That's the most important thing. So many of you have read my book, so you can understand the foundation principles of plant-based eating, and really just it's really about just being healthy, right? So keep in mind that when you're eating plant-based foods, that normally we kind of get locked to the same eating patterns all the time, right? I like this, and then I keep eating that, and I eat the same kind of meals every time. And so we really want to try to stretch ourselves to diversification of plants and fibers and colors and everything represent different aspects, different compounds, different protective mechanisms that plants have for your health and your body, and as well as the foundational stuff, and that is minerals and vitamins and enzymatic activity and stuff like that. So, but I want to get into some of the questions I got, and a lot of questions were around how do I build muscle on a plant based diet? And it's really pretty simple. So every food has protein. Every food. So even a watermelon, even bananas, and then of course you got kale and spirulina and lettuces and chard and things like that with a lot of protein, and per bite almost more protein than steak, right? But then you have amino acids. So the amino acids coming together make up the essential amino acids that you need, and that comes from a diversification. And really, it's not per meal. If you're eating a diverse amount of food, legumes, nuts, seeds, variety of lettuces, leafy greens, kales, spinach, chard, as well as peppers and whatever's in season, you're getting the amino acids that you need. No one has ever died of a protein deficiency in the modern day world. So protein deficiency really doesn't exist. So let's just wipe that away right now. And the body also recycles amino acids when it's kind of seeing senescence in the body, and autophagy when it's getting rid of what necessary part of the mechanism and metabolism, getting rid of cells after they either program death or they just need to be detoxified out of the body. That your body, when it breaks down cells and metabolites, it wants to hold on to amino acids. So keep in mind, your body is really smart. It's holding on to vital proteins and essentially amino acids, and then uptaking them and reconstructing them as you're also eating. So keep that in mind. And then really the idea around getting enough protein is really this simple. If you're eating a variety of foods, and usually this comes by way of an athlete or someone who's working out a long time or a lot. So you really just want to eat more of the volume, more plants, more legumes, nuts, seeds, more vegetables, more volume to combat the calorie requirements. And with that diversification, the research, and this is just research that has been shown, that you're getting the same equivalency of 15 to 20% of your protein requirements alone just by foraging more food and eating macros to match your equivalency. Now, this was also another question, I don't count calories, I don't count macronutrients. I don't get into that, because if you eat a variety of plants and big salads every day and vegetable stews and all of that stuff, you're getting a diversification, and you're basically getting what they found also in the blue zones and the Mediterranean diet. When people naturally eat, you're getting that range, excuse me, of about 15 to 17 to 20% protein, and those are the needs you require. Now, I've been an athlete all my life. I work out every single day at high intensity, and I've never been protein deficient. And this is a constant question because it's somehow in the culture, where do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? If you follow 1-2-1 tribe and get those 3 free days, it shows you the diversification, it shows you recipes, and it's very, very easy to get protein, and it's very easy to get a wide variety of plant foods, which are giving you all of what you need. Now, you are a biochemical individual, and so testing with a naturopath, a functional medicine doctor, and even there's these great companies out there doing metabolic testing, and you can do all that and get specifically what you need. That I recommend all the time. But in terms of eating, it's pretty simple, like I discussed. So the next question is, okay, so another question is how I gain weight on a plant-based diet. Again, volume. So you have to keep in mind, now it is a good idea to understand, like if I'm eating a big salad, maybe I think it's a big salad, but calorically, maybe it's not that much. So after you've maybe added, a lot of nuts and seeds and legumes, I add barukas all the time to my salads to give it more sustenance. I make superfood dressings, tahinis. I even add spirulina, food grade spirulina. So it's really adding all of these boosting opportunities to your food, and really the volume you want to just continue to increase. And again, don't reach for fatty foods necessarily of just eating high fat nuts all the time. Then you may not want that kind of weight gain, but really just increase your volume of food, and you should have no problem if metabolically everything's going okay. Now, listen, you could have had exposure to over the counter, under the counter antibiotics at any point, so you could have digestive issues, you could have inflammation, you could have food sensitivities. That I'm not talking about. Generally speaking, this is from a person that is healthy, and you'd have none of those compromises. So again, it's good to get tested if you're not clearing your bowel, if you're not hydrating yourself, sleeping well. All of those things are going to affect your metabolism. Stress is a major, major one that stops and thwarts the metabolic processes and the digestive system. So extremely important. And if you are coming from drug kind of exposure, pharmaceuticals, or high meat, fat, fish, dairy, eggs, then your digestive system could be strained and under pressure. So you want to be aware of that. Another question, food supplements to detox the body. Now, if you understand that detoxification is happening all the time in the body, but I think this one is more around the smokes, the fires, things like that. And so there are many different holistic things you can do. So like us in California, and unfortunately around the world, there's a bunch of smoke that's getting everywhere. And I would recommend, there's some plants that they've used all the way into NASA, and some of those are aloe, this incredible plant called elephant ear, lady palm, bamboo shoots are fantastic, English ivy, and rubber plant. Those are all ones that can absolutely help detoxify the air in your house. So house plants that can help clean the air. And then in terms of lung and the immune system, definitely acupuncture, helping the meridians, helping lymphatic drainages, colon cleanses, enemas. That's all great movement to have happen to allow the detoxification and the flow of liquid. Keep in mind the lymphatic system, which is essentially your immune system, along with your gut, which is making up most of it, if not all of it. That's the central thing. You want fluid moving. So like even walking and moving your body is moving not only the lymphatic flow, but it's also increasing oxygen. And detoxification you'd have to start doing some breathing exercises and do nose breathing. So close your mouth, do nose breathing, deep, slow. My favorite easy one is five count on the breath in, hold for 5, breath out for a count of 5, hold for 5, and repeat that for 5 minutes. And that is deep breathing, and the oxygen saturation will help also detoxification. There's some great herbs. Elderberry is fantastic. It's been used for hundreds of years. I have some naturally growing on my property, which is delicious and amazing. You've got a peppermint is incredible for the bronchial area, for the lungs. Also, essential oils are really great. Essential oil peppermint is really good. You can rub it actually on the area. You can inhale it and take that breath in, and that will open up the bronchial areas. And then, of course, some adaptogenic herbs are fantastic. The ginsengs are strong in the tonic area of the lungs. Schizandra berry is really good. Another great one is oregano oil. So even mixing peppermint and oregano oil, rubbing it on the area, dilute it a little bit. It's kind of strong. Smell both of those in. If you have an infuser, that would be a great thing. Infuse the water droplets in as that vapor, and that's fantastic if you're dealing with that kind of thing. And it's just really great for the immune system to keep your nose clear and the digestive system, or the sinus system moving and flowing. So those are great things to help support the immune system. And again, listen, supporting the immune system comes down to the basics. Sleep. You have to sleep. If you get one less hour sleep a night, that can drop your immune system by 30%. So you have to sleep. I would recommend stretching and breathing, and specifically doing breathing exercises, eating fresh foods. I eat a lot of fruits in the summer. It's just really invigorating. So those are all great things. And of course, meditation is fantastic and a really good thing to boost the immune system and move the lymphatic, and that is Epsom salts, or what's the other thing? So any types of, any type of salt. You can have infused lavender, infused salts. Just take that opportunity. Hell, do your breathing routine, do your meditation at the same time you're doing your Epsom salt bath, and that can creates a gradient of pulling out toxins, again also moving the lymphatic system. So those are some really good things that you can do. Let me see if there's any more questions. And listen, the immune system too, Camu, which I obviously talked about on Down to Earth. Incredible vitamin C, zinc, selenium, iron. It's really good to make sure your levels. Magnesium, everyone's low in magnesium. Seems like everyone's low in iron. Those are foundational ones. And let me see. And of course, chaga mushrooms, one of the strongest immune modulators out there. Like I said before, the ginsengs, and these you can continue to take. They will build over time. Schizandra, you can build ashwagandha, astragalus. These guys will build. They'll all build you, and they don't stimulate you, but they build your chi, your energy systems, and balances everything from your endocrine system to the immune system, and you name it. Okay. Let me see. There's a couple ones related. A couple people so I don't know who this is, but a firefighter from Toronto is asking very much what we just discussed, and that is the immune modulator stuff. So anyway, so make sure you check out 121 Tribe. That gives you a great download on plant-based eating, some little nuggets for your immune system, for your lungs, and some plants to help support you in your own environment. So I love you. Thank you so much. Make sure to tell your friends to subscribe. We're going to continue diving in and giving you exclusive behind the scenes stuff here. Thanks.